Chapter 10. God's promises of abundance for His people. And I will give you the rain of your land in his due season, the first rain and the latter rain, that thou mayest gather in thy corn, and thy wine, and thine oil. And I will send grass in thy fields for thy cattle, and thou mayest eat and be full. Deuteronomy chapter 11, verse 14 and 15. The Lord shall open unto thee his good treasure, the heaven to give the rain unto thy land in his season, and to bless all the work of thine hand. And thou shalt lend unto many nations, and thou shalt not borrow. Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 12. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy land, for good. For the Lord will again rejoice over thee for good, as he rejoiced over thy fathers. And the Lord shall make thee plenteous in goods, in the fruit of thy body, and in the fruit of thy cattle, and in the fruit of thy ground, in the land which the Lord sware unto thy fathers to give thee. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 9, chapter 28, verse 11. Then shalt thou lay up gold as dust, and the gold of Ophir as the stones of the brooks. Yea, the Almighty shall be thy defense, and thou shalt have plenty of silver. Job chapter 22, verse 24 and 25. He blesses them also, so that they are multiplied greatly, and suffereth not their cattle to decrease. Psalms 107, verse 38. Wealth and riches shall be in his house, and his righteousness endureth forever. Psalms 112, verse 3. In her, wisdom's left hand, riches and honor. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 16. Yea, durable riches and righteousness. My fruit is better than gold, yea, than fine gold, and my revenue than choice silver. Proverbs chapter 8, verse 18 and 19. In the house of the righteous is much treasure. Proverbs chapter 15, verse 6. Then shall he give the rain of thy seed, that thou sow the ground withal, and bread of the increase of the earth, and it shall be fat and plenteous. And that day shall thy cattle feed in large pastures. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 23. Chapter 11. God's blessings to those who have children. He will love thee, and bless thee, and multiply thee. He will also bless the fruit of thy womb. Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 13. And the Lord thy God will make thee plenteous in every work of thine hand, and in the fruit of thy body. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 9. Thou shalt know also that thy seed shall be great, and thine offspring as the grass of the earth. Job chapter 5, verse 25. Lo, children are an heritage of the Lord, and the fruit of the womb is his reward. As arrows are in the hand of a mighty man, so are children of the youth. Happy is the man that has his quiver full of them. They shall not be ashamed, but they shall speak with the enemies in the gate. Psalms 127, verse 3 through 5. The Lord shall increase you more and more, you and your children. Psalms 115, verse 14. Chapter 12. Blessings from God for his people. And ye shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water. Exodus 23, verse 25. And thou shalt rejoice in every good thing which the Lord thy God hath given unto thee, and unto thine house. Deuteronomy 26, verse 11. A little that a righteous man hath is better than the riches of many wicked. Psalms 37, verse 16. Blessed shalt thou be in the city, blessed shalt thou be in the field. Blessed shall be the fruit of thy body, and the fruit of thy ground, and the fruit of thy cattle, and the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Blessed shall be thy basket and thy store. Blessed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and blessed shalt thou be when thou goest out. The Lord shall command the blessing upon thee in thy storehouses, and in all that thou settest thine hand unto, and he shall bless thee in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Deuteronomy 28, verse 3 through 6, and verse 8. The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it. Proverbs 10, verse 22. Better is little with the fear of the Lord than great treasure and trouble therewith. Proverbs 15, verse 16. For God giveth to a man that is good in his sight wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner he giveth travail, to gather and to heap up, that he may give to him that is good before God. Ecclesiastes chapter 2, verse 26. Every man shall eat and drink, and enjoy the good of all his labor. It is the gift of God. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 13. Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and has given him power to eat thereof, and to take his portion and to rejoice in his labor. This is the gift of God. For he shall not much remember the days of his life, because God answereth him in the joy of his heart. Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 19 and 20. Precious Bible Promises chapter 13. God's blessings for my children. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee, and with thy children after thee, that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth which the Lord thy God giveth thee forever. Oh, that there were such a heart in them, that they will fear me and keep my commandments always, that it might be well with them and with their children forever. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 40, chapter 5, verse 29. A good man leaveth an inheritance to his children's children, and the wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. Proverbs 13, verse 22. In the fear of the Lord is strong confidence, and his children shall have a place of refuge. Proverbs 14, verse 26. The seed of the righteous shall be delivered. Proverbs 11, verse 21. The just man walketh in his integrity. His children are blessed after him. Proverbs 20, verse 7. The children of thy servant shall continue, and their seed shall be established before thee. Psalms 102, verse 28. His seed shall be mighty upon the earth. The generation of the upright shall be blessed. Psalms 112, verse 2. His seed shall inherit the earth. Psalms 25, verse 13. I have been young, and now am old. Yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. He is ever merciful and lendeth, and his seed is blessed. Psalms 37, verse 25 and 26. He hath blessed thy children within thee. Psalms 147, verse 13. I will give them one heart and one way, that they may fear me forever, for the good of them, and for their children after them. Jeremiah 32, verse 39. Chapter 14. God's blessings for my family. Thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. Job chapter 5, verse 24. If thou wert pure and upright, surely now he will awake for thee, and make the habitation of thy righteousness prosperous. Though thy beginning was small, yet thy latter end shall greatly increase. Job chapter 8, verse 6 and 7. Thy wife shall be as a fruitful vine by the sides of thine house, thy children like olive plants round about thy table. Behold, that thus shall the man be blessed that feareth the Lord. The Lord shall bless thee out of Zion, and shalt see the good of Jerusalem all the days of thy life. Yea, thou shalt see thy children's children, and peace upon Israel. Psalms 128, verse 3 through 6. He blesses the habitation of the just. Proverbs chapter 3, verse 33. The house of the righteous shall stand. Proverbs 12, verse 7. The tabernacle of the upright shall flourish. Proverbs 14, verse 11. Chapter 15. God's promises of my preservation and my deliverance during times of trouble. For this shall everyone that is godly pray unto thee in time when thou mayest be found. Surely in the floods of great waters they shall not come nigh unto him. Thou art my hiding place. Thou shalt preserve me from trouble. Thou shalt compass me about with songs of deliverance. Psalms 32, verse 6 and 7. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Job chapter 5, verse 19. The Lord preserveth the faithful. Psalms 31, verse 23. There shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. Psalms 91, verse 10. There shall no evil happen to the just. Proverbs 12, verse 21. The way of the slothful man is in a hedge of thorns, but the way of the righteous is made plain. Proverbs 15, verse 19. Behold, God will not cast away a perfect man, neither will he help the evildoers. Till he be filled thy mouth with laughing, and thy lips with rejoicing. Psalms 8, verse 20 and 21. Thou shalt forget thy misery, and remember it as waters that pass away. Job 11, verse 16. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place, where there is no straightness. Then that which thou be set on thy table should be full of fatness. Job 36, verse 16. For his anger endureth but a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. Psalms 30, verse 5. Many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivereth him out of them all. Psalms 34, verse 19. Why art thou cast down, O my soul? And why art thou disquieted within me? Hope thou in God, for I shall yet praise him, who is the health of my countenance and my God. Psalms 42, verse 11. Though ye have lain among the pots, yet shall ye be as the wings of a dove covered with silver, and her feathers with yellow gold. Psalm 68, verse 13. Thou which hast shown me great and sore troubles, shall quicken me again, and shall bring me up again from the depths of the earth. Psalm 71, verse 20. For thou wilt save the afflicted people, but will bring down high looks. For thou wilt light my candle. The Lord my God will enlighten my darkness. Psalms 18, verse 27 and 28. The Lord openeth the eyes of the blind. The Lord raises them that are bowed down. Psalms 146, verse 8. They cry unto the Lord in their trouble, and he saveth them out of all their distresses. Psalms 107, verse 19. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. He that goeth forth and weepeth, bearing precious seeds, shall doubtless come again with rejoicing, bringing his sheaves with him. Psalms 126, verse 5 and 6. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh in his stead. Proverbs 11, verse 8. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. Proverbs 12, verse 13. For a just man falleth 7 times and rises up again. Proverbs 24, verse 16. I know the thoughts that I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. Their soul shall be as a water garden, and they shall not sorrow any more at all. I will turn their mourning into joy, and will comfort them, and make them rejoice from their sorrow. Jeremiah 31, verse 12 and 13. Come and let us return unto the Lord, for he has torn and he will heal us. He has smitten and he will bind us up. Hosea chapter 6, verse 1.